setahun lagi.
Tahun lagi. What's up? Okay. Jap. Everybody's like, I'm trying to share this on my page.
Yeah.
And when I'm sharing on my page, I can hear myself. So it's very confusing. Yeah. But anyway, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's okay. Yeah, I think I shared it already. Okay, Chico.
Yeah.
It's very confusing already because I'm hearing myself 2 times.
Yeah.
Okay, I better shut it up.
You need to share on your phone.
Yeah, that's why I just realized that much better because computer makes it confusing. Okay, I share it on my phone. But anyway, how's everybody doing? It's one more day till the next year, which is crazy. This year has gone by slow and fast. Slow and fast at the same time. Because sometimes in my mind it's still March. And you look at the calendar, it's like, hey, December already. Apa jadi? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's been a year. It's been a year. Okay, so as usual, if you're watching this, we're here just to help you all with any financial questions. If you got any questions, please do put it in the comments. Ask away. Don't be shy. There's no such thing as wrong questions, or there's only questions that has not been answered. So please, ask all the questions you can, and then we'll get through this together. Okay, so let's look at the topic at hand. You brought up something earlier sebelum we all started. Let's discuss the hot topic that is being discussed right now. If you want to discuss that topic.
Can.
Let's discuss about the ASB and what does it mean and everything financial about it. I just know setakat, Amna saham Bumi Putra. Okay. That's all. What else is there?
Okay, so basically for those that follow, ASB made an announcement last week, if I'm not mistaken, about the dividend for year 2020.
Correct.
Okay, so because generally they would pay out on the first or second day of the new year, so which is 2-3 days from now lah.
Correct.
Okay. So, which everybody can start checking their accounts now because you can check online, so it's much easier. You can check how much you get because there's a lot of comments with regards to the ASB dividends because it's actually the lowest ever in history.
How low is low? What do you mean by low?
How low is low? Okay. How low is low? So. Actually, interestingly, if you can actually look online, there are people who actually do table in terms of the historical returns.
Correct. Okay.
And then it's always kind of for ASB. So you can see that there was a time in the 1980s, 1990s where it's very high returns, even double-digit returns.
Okay.
And for this year, when I say it's the lowest, so basically it's about 3.5 cents per unit.
Okay.
Okay, so it's about 3.5 because ASB is a fixed price unit trust, so which is 1 ringgit. So it's 3.5 cents, 3.5%.
Correct.
Per unit.
Okay.
And a bonus of 0.75 cents per unit. So an additional 0.75%.
Right.
Okay. So that's basically how low it is lah. So about 4.25% per on your capital.
To your best memory, last year was what?
Last year, if I'm not mistaken, was 5.
Okay. I see the difference. Okay, I see the difference already.
It's 5.0 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So and it has been going down on a year-to-year basis.
Right.
Okay, but the thing is, with regards to ASB, the benchmark for ASB, because technically you are not risking your money if you put in ASB. So I always say to my clients, ASB is a place where you put your money in for your emergency funding. So we've talked about emergency funding before. So
Correct. Correct.
it is liquid and it gives you good returns for something that is liquid and almost risk free.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so because the comparison or the benchmark for ASB returns is actually fixed deposit.
Okay. Correct. Correct. So, how's fixed deposit doing?
So fixed deposit is giving anywhere between 1.7, 1.8% to 2 point something percent.
Right.
So
Still,
comparison wise, yeah, it's better.
it's still better, but it's not as great as it has been. And then people straight away panic. Oh no, the world's going to end.
Yes. So a lot of people obviously first they're complaining lah. Like
Yep.
why is it lower? But and part of the people who are complaining because ASB is actually one of the investments in Malaysia where Bank Negara actually allows people to take financing
Right. Yeah.
in order to put in ASB. So
Correct.
it used to make a lot of sense.
Yep.
It used to make a lot of sense, and there's so many ASB techniques that ASB gurus, ASB sifus have come up with. There's so many names and everything. I'm not gonna mention it in this particular session.
Right.
But now the people who took the financing are going back to the people who advised them to take. Okay, so what do I do?
Yeah,
So
because it doesn't make sense anyway. The interest you're going to pay for the loan you take to put in ASB is not going to be. There's no benefit for it, is it?
not to say there's no benefit, but the benefit is now become smaller.
Correct. So
Yeah,
the you'll be paying the banks most of the money you
correct.
made.
Yeah,
Right.
so you can still get some advantage out of it, but like I said, the advantage is not
As
as
big as
big
before.
as it was before. So now for those that took financing, so if you remember, I think our last session we did talk about this concept about paying off your debts, where we
Correct.
talk
Correct.
about the rate of interest versus the returns on your assets. Okay,
Correct.
so ASB financing actually uses that same concept. So you actually need to know if, let's say, your rate your return, which is 4.25%, is higher than the rate of interest that you're paying,
Right.
then technically you should still be okay. It's just that
Okay.
the benefit is lesser.
Correct. 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 Understand. Understand. Understand.
But if you're one of those that happen to have your rate of interest to be higher than the ASB returns, so
Time to end the story.
correct. It's as simple
That's
as that.
that time to end that story. That chapter sudah tutup.
Yeah.
End it before. Don't don't be one of those going. No, it'll get better, and then end up losing. All right, because if at the end of the day, you're having to pay out money rather
Yeah.
than getting an advantage, then don't go for it.
Yeah, but then for people who are putting their cash in ASB because it's a safe type investments.
Right.
So I would okay. So if basically I want to look for higher returns, so I would still advise to keep at least if you don't have any other options, to keep the 6 months of your emergency savings
Right.
in ASB.
Okay. 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 Got it. Got it.
Don't take out the whole amount.
Right.
Yeah. So if you want to be one of those that have 200,000 or more.
Yep.
Okay, so if let's say your monthly expenditure is about 15,000, so 15 times 6 is 90K. So 90K, leave it in your ASB account because you still need your emergency savings to be in an instrument like ASB.
All right. Okay. Cool. So hopefully that one helps people who have ASB. For those of you who don't have ASB or cannot be part of ASB, someone actually asked on my watch party on my Facebook page. He asked, what's your outlook on where is the best place we can invest with a capital of 10K?
My first question is 10K the only thing that you have?
Okay. Okay. Let's assume 10K is disposable income or income that they want to use to invest. Nothing to do with savings, all that put aside already. Nothing to do with expenditure, all that put aside. It's just pure investment to grow money.
Okay, so it actually then I would actually tie it with your goal.
Okay.
So what is your goal when you say you want to invest? Because it doesn't make sense to me you just invest for the sake of return.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you must have an end goal. So it's like macam you lari lah. You lari, you're jogging, right?
Right.
So you can just run, but technically, even though let's say jogging around your taman and everything, you still have a start and an end goal.
All right. So you have to
Y-
know where you want. What's your target, lah?
What's your target? So is it like something very short term? Is
Right.
it something medium term, let's say 3 to 5 years, or is it something long term, 7 years or longer? Okay,
Ah.
so that's the first question that you need to ask.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
then the second one is with regards to your goal. So, uh, what is the amount that you need to achieve by the end of that goal?
Okay.
Okay, so taking these two, the answers of these two questions into play. So
Yep.
then only okay. If it's short term and the amount that you need is actually not that much more than 10,000. Okay, so it's let's say 1 or 2 years.
Yep.
The advice is don't go crazy. Go for something that is safe, because the worst thing that can happen if let's say you put it in a high risk investment, it can go south. So you, instead of getting let's say 10,000 plus, you might be looking at -1 or 2,000.
Okay. Understand.
Yeah. So that like that plays a big role in terms of where you decide. So, but if let's say you have let's say 3 to 5 years and
Right.
you need to let's say get maybe like 15,000. So technically you need to earn about 5K, which is about 50% higher than what you start off with.
Right.
So you'll be looking at, I'm not calculating, I'm just using mental arithmetic. So at something that is giving you at least 8% annualized return.
Right. Right.
So now you're talking about potentially equity unit trust, blue
Okay.
chip stocks.
Okay. Okay. If y'all don't understand blue chips stocks, that means
Is
it is in the stock market, but the stable ones lah, the stable one that gives you
Yeah,
dividend throughout the years,
correct.
and so
Yes.
you're talking about TNB and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So
TNB, DG,
yep,
Maybank,
yep.
all that.
The ones that
Yeah.
are stable have been around for a long
Yeah.
time, well known. The it won't plummet so fast or go up so fast. It'll just more or less has a steady growth with a dividend paid at the end of the day, kind of thing.
Yeah.
The person says target long term where can grow capital over 100%.
100%. But the thing is,
It
when
it
you
is
say
possible.
100%, it is. So if you say long term, so if you say like 100% over 10 years, so you're still looking at about 7 to 8% per annum only.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not impossible.
It's actually not impossible.
So
So
if you're
because
looking at 10 years
yeah,
to get 10,000 from 10,000, can.
yeah,
It's not an impossible feat. All
yeah,
right. Okay. Now they're asking
100,
where
100%.
where can they learn to trade stocks?
Actually, okay, if they want to learn to trade stocks, actually they can go to Bursa Malaysia website. There's
Yep.
actually a page that has these people called Bursa Marketplace Gurus.
Yes.
Okay,
I
so
I
these
was
people,
part of it.
yeah. So these people are actually people that have been acknowledged by Bursa Malaysia as
Yes.
people who are capable of teaching you properly how to trade.
Yeah. And the fun part about the Bursa marketplace, they're trying to be like the Facebook for stocks. So any latest updates, then there are brokers there who are well known. They give their projections of stocks that have
Yeah.
potential to grow, long term, short term, and stuff like that. So go check out Bursa Marketplace. Is a good thing.
Yeah. So like, if not, the other option, if let's say you don't want to trade,
Broker.
so people like me who so I, at this point, I cannot dispense advice in terms of specific stocks, but I
Correct.
can still help you with getting managing your stock investments through a fund manager.
So once again, you see up
Yeah.
there, wealth.
Yeah.
It's very confusing with the camera
Yeah.
opposite. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
So it's
Wealth
up there.
Vantage. Go
Yeah.
there,
So
find out.
yeah. So licensed financial planners can still help you to trade, because not everybody wants to learn how to trade.
Correct.
Certain people just want, okay, I want to give money. I want to make sure that my money is being managed properly, and I get to the returns that I want, short term, medium term, long term.
Right. Right.
Okay. So there are products that help you to get there. It's just that it's slightly different, because in Malaysia, technically, generally, if you want to do stocks, there's mainly two ways. Like, one is you trade yourself, so you learn how to. Second is you get licensed fund managers to manage your portfolio for you. So this is
Okay.
slightly different than, let's say, remisers or brokers, where they tell you, okay, you buy this, then you go and buy yourself in your CDS
Correct.
account, things like that.
Correct.
No, this one you give, let's say 50K, 50,000 or
Uh-huh.
100,000 or 200,000, whatever it is. So then they will then manage your investments based on your risk profile.
All right. So for people who don't understand, risk profile is how much you're willing to lose. You
Correct.
actually tell them, okay, I'm okay with losing 10% of whatever I invested. So then they will take bigger risks because you allow them to take bigger risk. If you tell
Yeah.
them, I do not want to lose more than 1%, then the
That's it.
risk.
They tell you, go ASB.
So yeah, so you gotta. So when it comes to risk factor, what you means by that is how much you're willing to lose. That's the basic translation of risk factor. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Everybody is watching. If you're wondering what's going on, well, I've been doing this with Wealth Vantage for quite some time. We're giving out free financial advice to anybody who's got a question. If you can share this video with all your friends, tolong. If not, ask questions as well. We'll try our best to answer it as best as you can, and also try and follow Wealth Vantage. Wait, there you go, up there. Wealth Vantage My on Facebook, Twitter, and everything. You can communicate with them and then speak to them personally, because whatever we're giving, I gotta tell you this, whatever we're giving is just advice. Whatever we're giving is not specific to you, because you have different variables that is different to other people. So what we're doing now is just top line advice. But if you want detailed advice, you got to go speak to them. It's simple as that. All right. Now, we've spoke about this before. We've spoke about what can we do, New Year coming, 2021. We've spoke about, starting a budget to budget for the whole year so that you are in a better position. But can we give them a blueprint of, let's say, this is not 100% guaranteed, but a blueprint of what your budget should look like?
I think, okay. So right before this session, I actually had an appointment with a new financial planning client.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So basically, while I was going through the fact finding exercise, and this client is actually, at least he was tracking his expenses.
Okay.
So he was tracking his expenses. However, similar to what I said the last time, so most people actually make this mistake when they look over their finances or when they do the budget. So they just look at what they spend on a monthly basis.
Correct.
So then when I started then asking him about the non-regular expenses, so then suddenly you can see the deficit growing.
Oh, okay. For the people who understand the that finances that you just said, what do you mean by that? for people who don't understand.
Okay, so basically, generally when people do their budget, so normally lah, so people take, okay, this is my income for this month.
Yep.
Then you put, okay, so first you identify what are your loan. What are your loans? So basically your monthly payments. Then you look into expenses that you pay regularly monthly.
Correct.
So either
Okay.
it's fixed or not variable. So like your fixed would be something like I don't your tuition fees for your kids.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, to that extent. But the variable that might change on a monthly basis is like your petrol,
Yeah.
your toll expenses, your
Transport.
electricity,
Oh,
transport,
okay.
and
Okay.
all
Okay.
that. Yeah.
All right.
So
All right.
so but then you would make a certain estimate. Okay.
Understand.
You will make a certain estimate, and then based on the income minus the expenses
Okay.
that we have highlighted just now, so you get to what a surplus is. So if you have more, you have positive, means you have extra. If you have less, that means you have a deficit. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
having more means you technically have extra to spend or to save.
Correct.
Having less means that you either will now use your credit card or you will take out money from your savings account.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Yeah.
If you
So
have a
so
savings account, lah.
if you have a savings account. Okay. So, and some people, when they do this, when they, especially if they calculate and they have a surplus, so
Yeah.
that would then dictate how they spend further.
Correct.
Generally, it's
Correct.
not how they save further. It's actually, so
How
if
to
let's say
spend for that?
they spend further. So if suddenly they're thinking, okay, I want to buy a new car.
Right.
So then when they calculate, oh, okay, I have 1,000 extra. So then they go out and buy a car, 1,000 ringgit a month.
Okay.
Because based on their calculation, they have
They got
1,000
extra.
ringgit a month.
Right.
But what they forget to add on is the expenses that is non-regular. So example, like simple, we talk about a car. So a car has maintenance.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, a car has maintenance. A car also has the insurance and road tax.
Correct. Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
so
Correct.
this would add on to the cost. So even like a house, if you own a house, okay, so is the assessment fees, the
Fire insurance.
fire insurance, repairs that you need to do, even things as simple as your aircon servicing
Uh-huh.
that
Money that
that,
that that,
that goes out, but you don't track it anywhere.
understand.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
So on that note,
mm,
say you have a surplus of $1,000.
mm,
We are here not to say, hey, save everything, because that is it doesn't help if it helps and doesn't help both in the same time. It doesn't help the economy because if you spend, the economy grows, a lot more chances. And at the same time, if you don't spend and if you don't spend and keep all your money, cool, for the long run, you're okay. But what's the point when you get old only then you can spend it? Some people have that mentality. So say for $1,000, right? What would be keep aside for savings? What would be spend lah?
okay, so this is general advice, huh? As
Yeah,
you said
general
earlier,
advice.
I
This is not
can't.
specific advice
Yeah,
to a specific person.
I can't give a specific advice. So in general, when we talk about that, so you might want to, if let's say you've already done, and you say, okay, I have this 1,000. So maybe you channel another 20% of that 1,000 to savings.
Right.
Okay, which would help. So which would help you achieve some of the goals that you've identified.
Yep.
Okay, and then you have this 800 that you can identify. Okay, so maybe part of it is for your leisure.
Yep.
So or part of it is you want to put aside for emergencies.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
But
because you pointed out. So I'm also of the view that you shouldn't be saving all the way until you don't enjoy.
yes, correct. No.
Yeah.
It's
So and that is one of the biggest misconception people have about financial planners.
right.
Okay. So for us, it's easy. If you cannot afford it, then you cannot afford it.
Betul.
Yeah.
Don't live beyond your means.
Yeah. Don't leave your MS. But if you can afford it, if you want, you can afford it. Go ahead and buy the S class. I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's not going to affect you financially. But if
It,
you cannot afford it, I wouldn't
don't,
allow you to buy the S class because
don't be stupid.
yeah, correct.
Okay, okay. On a side note, some people watching this and think, hey, maybe I can put this into my housing loan and bring down the capital. We've discussed this last week. Just in case you missed out on it, you have to inform your bank that the extra money you're putting in is to reduce your
The
capital. Is
principal,
that
principal,
your
yeah,
principal, not capital, principal? So you got to inform the bank, or else the bank will just assume you're paying in advance.
yes,
So if you put in extra, oh, I got $1,000 extra, so I throw in extra, thinking you'll be bringing down your principal. The truth is, you're not. You're
yeah,
just assumed that you're paying extra. So
yeah.
be aware of that. Just telling you, lah.
And don't do that to your car loans or your personal loans.
Why? That's an
Be-
interesting line. That
uh,
why?
no, because the interest calculation for car loans and personal loans is different.
Right.
Yeah, so
Okay.
even if you do partial payment,
Yeah.
even if you reduce it, so it's not gonna make that much difference to the total interest that you pay
Right. So
because
if
the interest or the profit is
excuse me,
already calculated on the original financing or
loan.
loan that you take.
Right.
So it's
Right.
not calculated based on the reducing balance.
Not like housing loan. Housing
Not
loan
like
is
correct
calculated
on
reducing
reducing balance.
balance.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So
if you plan to do that for your personal loan or car loan, basically you're just wasting money.
because wasting in a way that that money can be used for other things,
Correct.
to
Yes.
benefit you. Not saying
Yes.
that you waste it like you burn the money. You
Yeah.
don't burn the money. It's just money that you could have spent right now. You're giving it to the bank.
Yes.
Because
And the bank is still charging you full interest anyway.
yeah, correct. They're like, okay, thank you.
So yeah,
What?
thank you. Yay.
Yeah, you want to pay
Yay.
earlier? Thank you.
Yeah,
We love
Christmas
you very
present.
much. Correct.
Christmas
They
present.
they they will give you an umbrella. That's the best you can hope for. Umbrella. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that's what you have to look out for. So this year, to do your budget, once again, look how much you spend every month. Then look at first look at loans, then look at the expenditure, then look at um terkejut punya
Mm,
funds. I will call
mm.
it terkejut funds. Then see how much you got left from your pay.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Let that being said, some people's mentality 2020, yay, no more COVID, everything is going back to normal. Uh, your personal estimate. Mine, I'll give mine first. I
Mm.
think things will slowly get to normal in June. I don't think January, the first quarter, the first two quarters, I don't think much will change. There could be change, you never know, because the vaccines are coming in and stuff like that. So there could be change, but I believe only June. That's my opinion.
I'm I'm thinking more throughout the whole year actually.
Oh, you're even further behind.
Um,
Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. No,
no,
I don't doubt it. Also, I'm just being very optimistic.
yeah, so I'm being very conservative lah. Let's put it that way. Yeah,
Which is perfect.
because that's in line with what I do. I prefer to be more on the conservative side, and then we beat estimates.
Correct. Then you get bonus.
Yes, instead of
Yes.
being like optimistic, then suddenly it doesn't happen. Okay,
Ah,
so most probably throughout the whole 2021, yeah, there will be some improvements, but it wouldn't be the drastic improvements that we expect to see
right.
because I did talk to somebody who's in the aviation industry. Okay, so they say even with the vaccine, yes, it would help to a certain extent, but what's more important is the countries reopening the borders.
Correct. Correct.
So
Yeah.
if even with the vaccine, but the countries don't reopen the borders, so aviation will still be hit.
Correct. Agreed.
And with aviation not improving, oil and gas to a certain extent would still be impacted.
Correct.
Tourism would be impacted.
Correct. And tourism is the biggest. Tourism
Correct.
is the biggest tie-in to air travel.
Correct. Yeah,
This,
and then if you talk about Malaysia
yep,
specifically, tourism has always been one of the top three or top five contributor to our GDP.
correct.
So
So
every year is visit Malaysia year.
Betul. Every year there's some other reason to come to Malaysia and check it out because
Yeah.
we have a beautiful country. But
Yeah, but
uh,
let's be honest lah. Doesn't matter
correct.
whatever our Singaporean friends say. Down south lah. People come to Malaysia for the food lah.
Yeah, correct. No, agreed. We still have the best food. Uh, no offense,
Yeah.
Singapore. But okay. Now, since we're on the topic of next year, yeah,
Mm.
this is on a question that I don't know whether I've asked before. Okay, when it comes to personal financing, is it just an individual thing or can I mean personal financing like financial planners help businesses as well?
Uh, that actually requires depending on what is the area that you're looking at. So if you're
Right.
looking at financial specific, so in terms of how they manage their surplus cash, so
Yep.
then your licensed financial planner can help on those. If you're
Right.
looking at things like their protection needs, so example one is the employee benefits. So what employee benefits mean is the medical cards that
Yep.
employers give out to their employees. So a licensed financial planner can also help with that.
Oh, I never
uh,
knew that.
yeah, so if you're looking at getting insurance for the buildings and all that,
Right.
so a licensed financial planner can also help with that. Okay, but
Oh,
if you're
okay.
looking specifically in terms of corporate finance related, so example like financial restructuring, mergers and acquisition, and all
That's
that,
different. Lah. That's
so that's
different.
slightly different. So you actually need a different license in order to do that.
Correct. But
Eh,
when I was asking on behalf, like as in, if someone is doing well, and how do they invest their money to grow their money? What I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
sometimes.
So that is within what a licensed financial planner can do.
All right.
Okay.
Even for
Yeah.
companies, lah, not just
even for
individuals.
yeah even for companies, yeah. So some firms actually specializes on the corporate side, so they
Right,
focus more of their business on the corporate side instead of individuals.
right.
So it's just that the time that they take, let's say, to close one client is longer than, like, say, closing one person, because of all the levels of governance that you have to go through before you get to say, okay, let's invest this amount, or let's take this insurance.
Right. Okay. So there you go. Hey, once again, if you're just watching this and you're wondering what's going on, well, we've been doing this for quite some time. We're giving out free financial advice to anybody, because Wealth Vantage has been amazing to just join with me, just chit chat and help people because they've done so many things. Like you go through their page, you'll see they give out free financial advice and stuff like that. They've got updates, so go check out Wealth Vantage. There up there. Okay, but on a side note, you guys speak to a lot of people, and you've got experience in the misconceptions that everybody has when it comes to, oh, I think I've got my finances under control because blah 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 blah. What's
Mm.
the normal misconception people normally have? Because some people who are watching this most probably like, I'm just watching this for fun lah because I've got my finances under control. But actually, there's some areas that they didn't see and they get into trouble. What are the normal things?
Actually, it's interesting that you highlighted that. So, if some of you that follows Well Vantage, okay, you would see that in the recent weeks, we actually shared two posts from well-known financial bloggers.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
and they've shared their experiences engaging with a licensed financial planner from Well Vantage, and you can actually go and read because it's actually very detailed in terms of what they share. And these are people, financial bloggers, who are confident with their knowledge with regards to doing it yourself.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
So
then you can see that even even those that are confident with their knowledge, there's actually additional value that they receive from engaging a licensed financial planner.
True.
Because that there is a certain limit in terms of what information that you can gather on your own
Correct. Okay.
to do research and everything versus having a licensed firm with the resources of multiple people, right? Getting ourselves updated on a regular basis of what's going on in the world, in the financial industry, in the products and everything.
Agreed. Because in a way, okay, I give you this. We all can learn how to fix our own car on YouTube. All
Mm.
right. But that doesn't mean you can do it better than a mechanic. So so don't like, oh, I fixed my car. Yeah, just check this, everything okay. But there are certain things. If someone is doing it every day, they can just hear the car start, they know already what's the problem.
Yeah,
Rather than you have to. So it's best go to professionals. But
yeah.
but on that note, what are the common mistakes people make when it comes to their
Okay,
own
so
finance?
one is let's talk from investment side because this
All
is
right.
what most people actually do it yourself.
Okay.
Okay, so they believe that okay, so they have already done, let's say, proper asset allocation. What asset allocation means, taking into account your overall list of assets. So
Right.
you have put it in where it's supposed to be.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, this is
For so
based on your own knowledge lah.
in other words, assets is what you have, what you
Yeah,
own, what's under your name, what you other, and you divided it okay and separated, and each one
mm,
is supposed to grow, kind of thing lah.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
kind of thing. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So then when somebody independent review it, but then we review it against the goals that you have set for yourself, which when you did the investment just now, you
Uh-huh.
just did it based on ROI.
Right. Okay.
You
Right.
just
Right.
did it based on the returns.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Right. Right.
So then when we then do the analysis, then we see, hey, actually your asset allocation is not uh, as efficient as you think. So it can actually be better.
Right.
So
Okay.
you
Okay.
should
Okay.
have, instead of, let's say, putting, let's say, 50,000, let's say, in example in other investments, so like cryptocurrencies or whatever. Actually, you have the ability to put slightly more.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
or instead of, let's say, having, let's say, 500,000 in your ASB account,
Right.
actually it's not working as hard for you. So you just need to put, let's say, 120,000, and the rest can be put elsewhere to make your money work harder for you.
Exactly. That's the thing that people don't understand. There are so many avenues and places that offers you ways to make money, but not everybody knows where's the right place to go.
Correct.
I mean, like you can go to one street and everyone sells asam laksa. Great. But you
Correct.
don't know who is, just because this guy is cheaper doesn't mean it's most sedap. You don't get the most return from your investment. So you have to know somebody who knows the whole street that will go, okay, this is the best place to get this, to get this, to get this, so that you get the best for the bang for your buck, kind of thing lah.
Correct. Yeah. So that's the main one, because like I said, the thing that most people actually DIY or do it yourself is actually investment.
All right.
It's an investment because either it will be property
Yep.
or
Ah,
stocks. Yeah,
property.
sorry.
Ah.
Yeah. So even
If you want to wonder why I go, you got to see my history, then you'll
yeah,
understand my
yeah, because actually property is actually one of the area where people actually, okay, I read that guru, I listened to this guru, I went to that blog, I went to this Facebook, social media, whatever, then went to this class, then they make a decision without looking at their total financial.
right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then once the thing is with property investments, yes, you can make money, but if you actually make a wrong step, it can actually hurt your overall financials really bad. Really,
Oh
really bad.
boy. He's preaching to the choir here. Y'all just don't understand how much I'm going. I wish I was talking to you at least 10 years ago, bro. 10 years ago, if I spoke to you, it would have been awesome. I wouldn't have gone down the path. Hey, but since you brought up investments and cryptocurrencies, What's your opinions on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and stuff like that? I mean, like because Bitcoin recently went up like crazy again, and then everybody suddenly like, "Well, Bitcoin," but lah, it's funny lah. People just stand lalangs lah when it comes to finances. So, what do you think about
Yeah.
Bitcoin?
So and this is actually standard reaction lah. Actually, there is this understanding in for people who are actually proper investors, right? You don't go to an investment when it's hot.
Right. Okay. You
So
okay? Yeah.
when it's
Because
hot, you don't go into it because that's where everybody's going to it,
and
and
it's the most
it's
mahal.
actually it's the most mahal.
Yes.
So it's the same thing for gold. It's the same thing for property. It's the same thing for stocks. It's the same thing for Bitcoin. Okay,
Correct. Correct.
so when everyone is talking about it, even when your barber is talking about it, when your makcik jual ikan is talking about it, that's actually one of the signal. Okay, it's time to leave.
Because too many people because like everything, okay, no matter what, when it comes to investment, there's peaks and valleys.
Yep.
It flows that way because the market reacts to what happens. So if you buy in early and then it peaks and then you sell it top, that's the most ideal moment for everything. Because and the crazy part about buying and selling, this is purely stocks, I'm just talking about stocks. When you sell it at a peak, doesn't mean you cannot buy the stocks again when it dips. It will dip because a lot of people will be selling. So when a lot of people sell, it will dip. Okay, that's basically how the market works.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, all right, cool.
Yeah. So you did mention that. So it's actually all asset classes react like that. Okay, all asset
Okay,
classes react like that. So and thing with cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency is not regulated in Malaysia.
yeah,
Okay,
it
so
is by
yeah, it
by
is by
okay,
SC. So and both Bank Negara and SC already acknowledges it. So there are regulated platforms that have been
okay,
approved.
right,
So if you buy it through these platforms, then at least you'll be safe.
correct. You have laws in place
Correct.
so that you
Correct.
won't kena tipu.
Yeah. So I'm not going to mention the names because then that's giving them free advertisement. So
Yeah,
but you can just do a simple search on the SC website, and you
yes.
will find the regulated platforms.
For those of you who don't know what SC Securities Commission,
It's commission. Yeah.
okay, so
Yeah.
just Google Securities
So
Commission
but
Malaysia.
yeah,
You'll
coming
be
back to
fine.
your question. So the simple thing now, Bitcoin is a all-time high. So based on what I explained just now, this is not the time to go in.
Right. Because now it's like
The
a
time to
lot of
sell.
yes, it's the time
Now
to
is the
sell.
time to sell. But the thing is, a lot of people are going to go in now.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people are going to go in now.
It. So if you have money, wait. Keep an eye on it and wait because people will sell. Then the money will drop. I mean, the value will
The
drop.
price will drop.
The price will drop, and then you can buy into it, and then it'll go up.
Yeah. So I can't say exactly if it's going to drop or when it's going to drop, how much it's going to
Nobody
drop,
knows.
but
Nobody knows.
nobody
Yeah,
knows.
yeah,
Yeah, but that's the basic concept behind investment. So similar to stocks, similar to unit trust. Okay, because unit trust is also invested in stock. The best time this year to invest was in March this year.
yeah. Yeah. Correct.
Was in March. So
Correct.
my clients who listened to my advice and invested when the market was at its lowest are laughing now
Yeah, because
because
everything is
everything went up after that.
correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
everything went up after that. Okay, but now, not to say that it cannot go up further,
Yep.
it can, because we're still well below where it was supposed to be compared to, say, 3 years ago. So
Right.
there's still room for it to go up,
For growth lah.
for growth, but it's not as good as it was since March.
Correct.
Since March this year.
But
So don't expect, let's say, if let's say your unit trust has earned you, let's say 70%, 80%, there are some that actually did that for this year. Don't expect when your unit trust agent comes to you and say, yeah, this unit trust did 70%, 80% this year, you can expect it's going to do 70%, 80% next year.
Yeah.
Okay, that is basically just gambling lah.
This year was an anomaly lah. This year was um, you got to throw form out of the window, and everybody was scrambling to figure it out. And
Yeah.
when you talk about normal, like what we spoke about earlier, we said things will go back to normal soon enough. If someone has a question on the Facebook page, but it have you heard of this?
Yes, I've heard of this.
Okay.
Okay, so first, the last question: is it a scam? No, it's not.
Okay, it's not a scam. Okay.
Although, if let's say you go to Google Play Store,
Yeah.
actually, for I think it's with regards to the technical side of the app that is probably either not friendly or wieldy or having a lot of glitches and everything. So
Uh-huh.
it's actually the rating for the app is kind of low.
Okay. Fair enough.
Is kind of low. But what right is I think that's how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
So it is with PNB.
Okay.
So PNB is Pemodalan Nasional Berhad, is the same institution that is the parent of Amanah Saham Nasional Berhad, which manages ASB.
Okay.
So that to a certain sense is not a scam lah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
not a scam. So with regards to Rais, basically what it does is apparently like it links to your debit card.
Okay.
So when you make the purchases and everything, so sometimes like the cents and everything is rounded up, or so
Right.
so so that extra and everything is what is then being put into your Rais account. So they're basically it's like microfinance lah. So is and this is the simple concept of sikit-sikit lama-lama jadi bukit lah. So it might be 1 cent here, 2 cents there.
So basically what they're doing is the scraps that we sometimes, I'm not saying we don't care about it, but the round off sometimes we like whatever lah. You know what I mean? Like 1 cent, 2 cent, tak apa lah. They are collecting it on your behalf for yourself.
Something like that. Yes. So yeah.
I
So
didn't.
basically their word is invest your spare change automatically from your everyday purchases into a unit trust portfolio.
Oh, okay. I never knew about this. This is interesting. And I would have thought it was a scam because it sounds very scamish. Whatever you
Yeah.
just told me sounds very scamish. But
Yeah.
but wow, it's real.
Yeah, and the thing is, even if you go to their website, right? So if
Yeah.
let's say you open an account, and this is similar to if you've heard about this, the robo advisors. So that was launched late last year. So one is one of it that is Sharia compliant is Wahid Invest.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
which invests in exchange traded funds. So one way that most people actually made money through that is actually they open an account. So then they started inviting their friends to open accounts. So then you get referral fees.
Right.
So Raiz also does the same. That if let's say you're one of those that decided to open an account and then you start referring people and they say on their website you get 10 ringgit per referral.
Serious?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to open an account after this. And then I go
Yeah.
Facebook Live. Come, join. No, but it's interesting because it sikit-sikit lama bukit, it's actually true. I mean, in the long run, after 20 years, you don't know how many 1 cent coins you've wasted.
Yeah. So it's similar, like when I think about the Rais concept, it's similar to example, like I think it's more relevant to guys instead of the females. So
Right.
I know for a fact when I go out and I buy stuff and I get coins.
Yeah.
So when I come home, I just take out all the coins and put it like in a ra or tabung, whatever it is, right? So then actually what I've noticed with regards to that, so this is not purposely trying to save, it's just like campak, right? Actually it comes up to a sizable amount on a yearly basis.
Correct. It does.
It comes up to about 300, 400, 500 ringgit a year.
And I agree with you when you say guys do this and women don't. Why? Because women got that little bag with a lot of coins and they got like how much? 2 ringgit, 25 cents. 25 cents. They got ngam. Guys only like, "Tak apa lah." I'll take the change. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. So because we our wallets are not built for coins.
Correct. I
Our
like that.
wallets are not built
Our
for
wallet.
coins. So
Our,
whatever coins that we have when we go home, we just okay.
yep.
But
Dapat. And then at the end of the day, it grows. All right.
it grows.
Okay.
Yeah, it grows. Yeah.
Um, um, okay. One of the things we've discussed before from the start. Once again, if you guys got any questions, please put it in. Like Don asked, we will answer it as we go along. Okay. So there's no wrong question. It's just answers that you would like to find out. So anyway, one of the things we discussed at the start is there are certain people who, before you can think of financial planning, you have to hit a certain amount. So you're talking about the B40s. You just have to have earn more money before you can think of savings and stuff like that. All right. The question is, that being said, is there a way to grow your money, even though say 10 ringgit a month?
I think okay. So I remember when I was young.
Yeah.
Okay. So my late grandmother. So what she one of the things that she did back then is just like putting aside like 10 ringgit a month.
Correct.
Although 10 ringgit a month back then was
A lot
actually
more.
a lot
Yeah.
actually worth a lot more. But putting 10 ringgit a month into tabung haji account,
Right.
it actually adds up. So if let's say you do it when you were born, then when you turn 18,
Yep.
at least you put in 120 ringgit times 18 years.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
Okay.
But
So
yeah.
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 So this is going back to the concept that we're saying again, the sikit-sikit lama-lama lebih okay. So it's more towards okay. So even if you have a small you can't save a lot because your resources doesn't allow you to do it,
Yep.
but saving whatever that you can will still help you in the long run.
My
Okay.
my question is, what are the best? I know there's no 100% guarantees, and
Yeah.
I know you don't have the answer 100% to this, but what are the best places to grow small money?
Okay, so the issue with small money is that most of, let's say, your higher risk investments would actually require a certain minimum
Correct.
amount to start off with.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so that is one potential roadblock. Although there are some people who say, okay, with only 10 ringgit in your account, you can start trading stocks.
Technically can lah, but
Yeah,
how much you return is pittance. Okay.
but I think your charges from your transaction charges would take up most of it already.
Yeah. Correct. No. Agree. Agree. Agree.
Yeah, so I would still like for people who don't have that much money to invest. So first of all, going to the safe type of investments would be a good start. So this is your for Muslims and everything is your ASBs, tabung hajis. Okay,
Okay.
because it doesn't you as low as 10 ringgit you already can put money in or
Understand.
put money on a regular basis. Okay, and it doesn't fluctuate. It's just that it would take you a longer time to get to where you want to be lah,
Correct.
because one
Alamak. Somebody got stuck. He was just saying something very important, and then the line got stuck.
yeah, so sadly that is how our
Dude,
financial
sorry.
system.
Whatever you said, I didn't hear. You got stuck.
Okay, so where did I stop?
You went basically, then you gone. Just at the start. So about 5 minutes. No lah, 1 minute lah. The
Systems,
whole thing.
yeah, how our financial systems are created. So
Yep.
how it run. So it's not helpful with people with small amount of money.
It's
That's I
sad
mean,
but true. It's sad
yeah,
but true. It's sad but true.
is the sad truth. So, and that's the reason why even in Securities Commission, so
Yeah.
there's a different set of rules for high net worth investors.
Oh, okay.
So or sophisticated investors. So these are people who then are allowed to have access to more exotic type investments that can potentially give them higher returns.
Okay.
So I think I did also share, I think I can't remember, that high net worth people or rich people actually get better rates in terms of their loans or financing from the banks
Right.
compared to the
I
average
know.
Joe.
Which is stupid. Okay. I don't know whether this is legal or not. I just want to ask you whether this is legal. If I have 10 ringgit and I have 1,000 friends, if we pull our 10 ringgit together and then go hire, say, an investor or thing, will that be beneficial?
It's called one of way to do it is actually you can put money
Mutual fund lah.
in a mutual fund. That's one,
Yeah.
or you can all join a koperasi, and then all kumpul. Then the koperasi is actually the one that goes and invests with a licensed
So
representative.
you can actually do that.
That is actually being done. It's just that your uh, whatever it is you will get
You run a risk
example.
lah.
Not
Because
to say that
if
you ran yeah. So example. So one of the koperasi or cooperative society that ni is like Bank Rakyat. Okay, so that's actually one of the biggest cooperative. Yeah, Bank Rakyat is a cooperative society. It's not a bank.
oh, I learn something new every day. I
It's
didn't
actually
know that.
yeah. So they actually then one part of the investment is actually the loans that they give out.
What? So
Yeah.
the
So
okay. I never knew they were not a bank.
yeah, they're not a bank. They're actually a cooperative society.
Sorry, my mind just blown. I don't know what to say already.
Yeah.
I'm like, because I always thought it was a good idea. That's what banks do anyway. So what if we, oh, okay. So thank you for explaining that. No, because the reason why I asked that is I know a lot of people who don't have they've got 10 ringgit to save and they want, like all of us want, the biggest bang for the buck. Where can we invest or do what can we do with this to
Yeah.
grow it more than we can? So that's the one I'm asking you lah, for, because next year I know there's still going to be people struggling. There's still going to be people going through
Mm.
hard times. There's still people who are still out of jobs, still trying to find their feet. So that all is true. So I'm trying to figure out the best way for.
Yeah, but that's the thing. When you don't have a lot of resources, actually the best action that you can take is be more defensive than be more offensive.
Right.
Yeah, because
Okay.
if you actually then take the risk and something happens to that small amount of money that you have, it's actually going to impact you more than somebody who has more money.
Correct. But
Yeah,
some,
so I understand where you're trying to go with this,
yeah,
but basic finance investment 101 is that there there is a certain rule that you have to follow in order to need. So you still need to have your 6 months emergency savings.
right.
You
That
see
one,
that
that one is
uh,
very important. Everybody have to know that.
that one is non-negotiable actually.
Yep, yep, yep.
Okay, so then okay, if you then have this extra money, this 10 ringgit a month or 20 ringgit a month, so one area that you can start looking is mutual funds.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, mutual funds. So this has been created. So mutual funds is also known as a collective investment scheme. So
Okay.
where small amount of people with small amount of money then pool their money together in order to buy investments that they wouldn't generally
Afford, lah, can afford.
afford it. Yeah, afford it. Yeah.
Yep.
So that actually would be your best, and I wouldn't say safest, but yeah, to a certain
Okay,
extent lah.
let's
Bet.
go back to what you said. That next 6 months, right? Savings.
Mm.
Where's the best place to save and grow? Not people. The basic when you say save, okay, I'll put in my savings account in the bank. I'm sure there are better options as well.
Okay, so is actually very dependent. So okay, 10 ringgit a month, you can't even open a fixed deposit. Yeah,
Aduh, betul.
yeah. You can't even open a sales deposit. So okay, so there's two parts to this answer. So for whether we like it or not, for Bumis and Muslims, you have better options
Correct.
non-Bumis and non-Muslims.
Yep.
So because you always have ASB
ASB.
and ASB and Tabung Haji there.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Whether we like it or not, that's the reality. That's the fact. Okay. So for Bumis and Muslims, don't bother thinking about anything else.
Understand.
Like use that for your emergency
Savings.
emergency
Yep.
savings. Okay, for the non-bumi, so people who don't have access to the ASBs and everything. So one is while you might not have access to ASB, you might want to look into other Pemodalan Nasional Berhad's products,
All right.
because you have ASW, AS1 Malaysia, and a few things which are fixed price unit trust. So I know there are certain allocations that are provided, so it doesn't hurt to go and ask from the banks and everything whether uh, is there some allocation available for you
Right.
to put some money.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so because I do have non Bumi clients who do have accounts in
Okay.
Pemodalan Nasional Berhad.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so this is fixed. So that would be your best bet. The first thing that you can do. Second is then to look into higher yielding savings account. So not your normal savings account where it gives you like 0%, 0.2, 0. But
That.
there are some savings account that at least gives you 2%.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So you have to
so
shop around, lah.
you have to shop around. You have to shop around and look for it. But there are There
Okay.
are. So even for me with my in my bank, uh, I have two accounts. One is my normal savings account, and the other one is the high yield account.
Right.
So I receive my, because I only memorize my normal savings account because that's the account that I had from when I started work, but I don't
Yes.
remember the other account number. So my commission, whatever, goes into that account.
So you
So
cannot touch, lah. It's closed.
So but then if let's say I have extra, so
Yeah.
while waiting to pay things, I would just move it into the other account.
Understand.
So that it works slightly harder for me.
Correct. Agree. I
Yeah, but
understand.
anything surplus from what I need to spend, I already put it aside for the investments and everything. So that's how I practice on a regular basis lah.
All right. Cool. Okay. We've been talking for an hour already, and I want to tell everybody once again. Remember, you have to do your budget
Mm.
for next year. We've discussed this already. If you don't know how to do it, look through this video. If you want to look to our past videos, we've explained a lot about that. Also, another thing I want to talk about, remind you, is look through our past videos on what receipts you should save for this year's tax. We did that the last time we spoke. Okay, that is the advantage that you're supposed to look for. Other than that, I guess all we can say is Happy New Year, lah.
Yeah. But if let's say you can't find the videos, just go to the yeah, just go to yes, yeah, just go to any of the social medias up there,
Yeah,
especially our Facebook, because most of the articles and the posts that
yep,
we need is there.
yep,
Is there?
yep.
So like how to do your budget is there. Uh, how to plan for your taxes more effectively is also there. Although like if you want to plan for your taxes for 2020,
Habis.
technically dah habis already lah.
You got one
Because
day.
no, actually because all the additional relief, so like your PRS, your SSPN and everything, cannot do
Yeah.
already. Today was the last day.
Oh, ya ke?
So yeah, so for PRS, most of the providers close shop at 11 a.m. today. Yeah, so you lepas already lah. So you can only look for it for next year.
Right.
Okay, so SSPN also, if I'm not mistaken, usually by today done already. Yeah,
This
so
is done.
yeah,
It's done.
this year is a bit late for you lah. The only thing that you can do is for like the Muslims, if you want to pay your zakat, so you want to deduct from your taxes, you can still do it as long
Right.
as
Okay.
you as long as the receipt that you get is dated in 2020.
Okay. So there you go. Okay.
Yeah. So, but apart from that, is a bit hard lah. If you want to try to apply for a new takaful or insurance policy, possibly you can still get. But the thing is, you can only get the relief if you, let's say, pay for an annual contribution or premium.
Right.
Yeah, if you do the monthly, then you're only gonna get that 1 month punya relief lah.
Correct.
Yeah,
So
so it's a bit late lah in order to plan it now, but hopefully that you take advantage of the knowledge and start your planning when you do your budget, when you
correct.
look into your goals for 2021, things like that. So put planning for be more effective with your taxes as one of the goals.
Correct.
Because actually, to be honest, if there's actually a lot of savings that you can get from managing your taxes efficiently, it can come up to five figures.
Yep.
Five
Yep.
figures per annum.
If you know what you're doing, lah.
If you know what you're doing. I'm not talking about illegal things.
No,
I'm talking
agree.
about
So that, even like the last time we spoke about taxes, the amount of taxes that I didn't realize that's available, I was like, holy crap, what a waste. Even like this year's holiday receipt, you just coming back holiday, the receipt simpan
so
1,000 bucks.
you simpan your accommodation receipt. You simpan your going to the attraction receipts.
1,000 bucks.
Yeah, 1,000 bucks.
Yeah.
That was tempat lagi. 31st, you can go to
Holiday.
Legoland tomorrow. You can book a room tomorrow. So sempat lagi.
So if you book tomorrow, you still can benefit from the taxes.
Yeah, because we cannot have New Year celebration tomorrow.
Correct.
I think they're not allowing it. So, but you can still go to a hotel, celebrate with your family.
Tu dia. Please do it. I mean, like
and you're helping the retail you're helping the tourism
hotel
industry,
the
hotel industry, and
yeah.
you're also helping to reduce your own taxes.
See, so many goods. It's win and the win. Hey, but once again, guys, check out your financial health.
Financial health check.
Health check with Wealth Vantage. Please do that. If you can afford it, do it. Trust me, you will be surprised of how much more you can make your money work for you. All right. So here's to wishing 2021 is a better year for everybody.
Yep. Yeah. So Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year, everyone. So similar to JJ, I wish 2021 would be better for everyone and the country as a whole. So yes, 2020 hasn't been the best of years. So we were supposed to have Wawasan 2020, but instead we got COVID.
We got the 2020.
So like especially for me lah, because I'm not sure whether you know. I know we've already passed the knee, and probably the admin will start to be saying already. But when Wawasan 2020 was launched, so I think I was standard 6. I was about 12 years old back then lah. And not sure whether you remember, I'm not sure whether they still have it, but during Merdeka time, usually there is this show called Mini Parliament.
Oh yes, I remember. I don't think they have it anymore, but yeah, I know. I remember.
Yeah. So the thing is, for that year, I was actually part of the Mini Parliament.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Wow.
I was part of it, and like we were talking about okay, what wasn't 2020 going to be like and everything. So now looking at what it is actually once you're in 2020, say, oh, okay,
Where's
nothing
the
like what.
flying cars? Where's the flying cars? Oh
Yeah,
no. But yeah lah. Once
yeah,
again, guys, thank you so much for watching this. Thank you so much for commenting. The next time we come on online, don't be shy lah.
yeah.
Ask your
But
questions.
but at least I think today is slightly better lah because
Yeah.
we had some questions.
Yeah, correct.
So thanks to those that ask questions. So please continue to ask questions.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that people who watch then knows actually there's nothing wrong with asking questions. It actually helps
Other people.
other people. So you're
Yeah,
actually doing something good for other people by asking those questions.
correct. And but on personal note, go get in touch with them if you want to check your personal finances and see how well you're doing. But on that, Happy New Year.
Yep. Happy New
Bye
Year.
bye
Bye.
2020 and take care
See you.
everybody.
Yeah. See you guys next year.
See you next year.